This one for soca. This one for soca. This one for soca. This one for soca. Soca.
Welcome back. It's just about 6 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock, and welcome to the second hour of Morning Edition. The Caribbean Enterprise Network UK, in conjunction with its affiliate Priority Group International and Nigerian company Courtville Business Solutions PLC, hosted the inaugural Africa Meets the Caribbean Trade Mission in Jamaica. And to tell us more about this mission and the benefits for the Caribbean is the director of the Caribbean Enterprise Network UK and coordinator of the mission, Mr. Dennis St. Bernard. Welcome, sir, to the Business Breakfast segment of Morning Edition.
Thank you.
So you were able to organize some small and medium-sized enterprises
SMEs,
from Nigeria and the UK to visit Trinidad and Tobago. That's right. Okay. Now, and they were here specifically to assess what in particular?
Well, basically, as the background is that the SME, as you know, is the key driver of any economy. You need the SMEs to be working to create employment, generate development. In Trinidad and Tobago, we continue to have negative GDP. And we see this as an opportunity in the diaspora, because we have successful Trinidad and Caribbean businesses in the UK, to come and hold hands with SMEs in the Caribbean, bring back much needed resources in terms of their accomplishments, and help to develop the SME market in this space. So that was the focus of it. We went one step.
Which particular sectors did these SMEs belong to? The ones who came to assess opportunities and so on.
This sector, ICT. We focus on the ICT sector. What we'll be doing, this will be happening regularly. So it'll be sector specific. Right. So this time we look at the ICT sector, business solutions, and Courtville is one of the largest ICT business solution companies in Nigeria. And you know, the emerging market of Nigeria is growing at about 7%. I think we need to start focusing on these emerging markets. Our traditional markets are not growing in, as you know. Yeah. You know, the traditional US market, the Europe, UK, Nigeria and Ghana, they're growing at 25 times faster than the UK. So we need to set our size of the opportunities that we have there. We have dynamic diaspora businesses in those areas who can help to facilitate our link with TNT.
Now, explain to me, when you conduct these trade missions, what are some of the specific activities that these leaders of the SME sector from Nigeria and the UK would actually be involved in during their time in Trinidad and Tobago?
Okay, looking at a lot of B2B, business to business.
Business to business activity.
Looking at a number of linking with associations where they can help to upskill. They themselves are investing in the country, so a lot of FDIs, foreign direct investments, are coming into the country. Courtville, for example, are prepared to invest as much as 60 million TT into areas of business solutions, and they're doing BOD, which is the bill, operate and transfer. So they're coming in, bringing their resources, bringing their monies in, and investing in these particular sectors that there are gaps, so that it helps to generate employment and create activity for TNT going forward. So this is what they're doing. So we have the mission going both ways, because we're going to be taking a mission from the Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica to Ghana and Nigeria at the end of June. So therefore, it's making it proactive. And the key thing about our SMEs is that they struggle to raise finances and resources. And this is one of the key things. This is the opportunity of being proactive and saying, what are things that we can bring to help our SME grow and grow our economy, because we're not growing in terms of negative GDP.
How does an owner of an SME, a small or medium-sized enterprise, get on board with the June trade mission to Nigeria and Ghana and so on?
Well, we met with a number of the associations here. We met with TT Invest, Invest TT, sorry. Kevin Mahabi and his team. They were quite supportive, and they're the ones who collaborate a lot of the work on the ground in terms of getting us meetings and that sort of thing. TTMA, Chamber of Commerce, Ms. Camille Steers, she was very instrumental in getting us understanding and getting her people accurate with what's happening with the missions. Right. So we Export TT, another one. So to answer your question here, it's linking with these bodies who already have a link with us, and they can point us in that direction and see that there are a network out there for you to assist you in the gaps that you have.
Yeah.
They are Trinidadians like you are out there in the global market space. And the whole idea is to help our SMEs here access the global market space. That's the fundamental vision of what we try to do, because we need to get our people, our SMEs, looking to go into these markets, and they have issues and challenges.
When you look across our landscape, though, and you look at our SME sector produces products as well as services.
Yeah.
Which products, which services do you think have great potential for export into Nigeria and Ghana at this time?
Well, we have to look at our USP. You look at China, what are the USP? Creative arts, that's a big one, massive, global. We have a global culture in that area, so that's an easy exportable item. You know,
now, which aspects of the creative arts are you referring to in that regard?
All carnival, the music, the entertainment, the pan makers, the mask makers. I mean, just the whole wide spectrum of the creative arts. These are massive opportunities in markets like Nigeria. 162 million people, fastest growing middle class. You know, they're the highest spenders in the global market space.
And Nigeria has a carnival?
No, that's right. So you see, there's opportunities there. Sports, products. A number of products can do well in those markets. A number of products. Trinidad have a very vibrant manufacturing sector that can be scaled massively in a market like that with 162 million people. So
you think our food and beverage sector
fantastic opportunities
is
there.
Important?
Yeah. Trinidad had a lot of bright, skilled people in all sectors. Skills can be transferable in those areas. So, I mean, to answer your question, when you look along the spectrum, there are a number of lists of menus that we can do. And I just can look at the ones that you have a strong USP in. But in a fertile market like Nigeria and Ghana, you can almost plant anything in those markets and be successful.
But of course, it's not as easy as you make it sound, because I mean, you have to overcome certain regulatory barriers. There are tariff issues. There are non-tariff issues. How would your mission help a lot of these SMEs, assuming that they identify, you know, investable opportunities? How would your mission then take them to the next step in helping them to actually gain market access?
Right. Similar to what we have here, we have collaboration with a number of people I told you about, those associations, yeah, create collaboration. And their job is to facilitate those opportunities, yeah, like InvestTT, to facilitate FDIs coming to the countries.
Yeah.
Similar in Nigeria and Ghana, they have those associations. They're willing and open to get people to come up there to upskill their people, to create employment, to generate activity, and to build business. And because of our linkages back and forth, we have developed those kind of relationships that can help to do that. So that's where you target. You target those associations here in Trinidad. Can say, okay, I'm interested in going into these markets. I want to look at the Caribbean enterprise, what they have to offer, and of course we can facilitate those things. So that's the entry point.
Now, when the folks came from the UK and Nigeria, how long did they spend in Trinidad and Tobago?
4 days.
4 days.
4 days.
And during that time, they were able to make important linkages with
very, very important linkages. So a number of the sector-specific areas that they talk about.
Right.
In the ICT, we met with the Transport Ministry, the insurance sector, you know, because we have areas there that needs those kind of particular ICT products and services online to assist in developing those sectors. So there are a lot of fruitful meetings and a lot of dialogue has been happening, and hopefully we would you'll see a lot of those things being translated to the media as time go by. And I said before, the next sector we're looking at is mainly areas like fund managers, because the next problem SMEs have is access to funding.
To funding, yeah.
And so that there are a number of big fund managers in the UK and of course in emerging markets that be looking to come here to look for opportunities to see what are good markets that they can access. So what we try doing in the network is to identify weakness in the SMEs or opportunities, and where we can come and fill those gaps.
Right.
In a nutshell.
How does the economics of what you do in particular work? Because let's assume that there are other entities, NGOs out there thinking of providing this kind of support to the SME sector, taking them not just to Africa, but to Asia and so on. How does the economics of what you do work? Where do you source your funding? Because I mean, you've got to pay yourself somehow. You've got to pay your expenses somehow. Where do you source your funding to conduct these missions?
Okay, first of all, it's a network. So the network of Caribbean businesses who have already been successful in space out there. So that's the first base. So they have been successful. I was just talking to Fidel Rampersad, who will be here in your program a while ago, a doctor.
Yes.
And he classic example is that he was talking about areas here that have challenges. And I know in the UK and those places, there are a number of people who specialize, Trinidadians specialize in these areas, who will love to come in and add to that value. So you're talking about people who have been successful in what they do,
right, in
a network, and want to put that back home to their countries of origin. So that's one aspect. As far as me particularly, Priority Group, that I'm the CEO of the group,
yes,
we do support services on the ground. We do support services and claim services and business support services, back office stuff.
Right.
So to answer your question, that's where
where you earn your revenue,
that's right,
essentially,
yeah.
By actually providing some business solutions and so on, that kind of support service,
yeah,
to businesses.
Exactly. So a Nigerian company want to invest here, we do a joint venture partners. Any back office issues that they have, we can help them on the ground here because we have an office here in Trinidad or in Jamaica, as the case may be.
Well, this is very important work that you're doing, Mr. St. Bernard.
We try to help.
I certainly do hope that you continue to grow this kind of collaboration, and break down the barriers so that we can find these new markets that we are desperately in need of.
That's right.
Thank you for being here, sir.
Pleasure.
All right, we're going to take a very quick break, folks. Stay with us. We'll be right back with a lot more on Morning Edition.
I have a confession. I hope you understand. I have a confession, but the soca stars in the nation. I have a confession.